breath. That was it was a big moment, but could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, obviously, it's part of the sport, right? We didn't run a Q sim yesterday, and it's really hard to pass here, especially in the middle of the day. And I like this track. I can get around this track well, and put a lot of trust and faith in that car. And I just needed to trust my instincts a little bit more at the front bar. The car was a little loose in 3 and 4, and I just didn't go stiff enough. And trying to be inside this top 10 so we can fight. And so now I just made a lot more work for myself. So,
car's got some pace at least. So see what Santino can do a little bit later this afternoon. Graham Rahal done with his qualifying run, 10th right now. So what's the anxiety level like this morning of just having to jump in this car with all the changes you made and go fast?
Yeah, it's awful. I mean, it's a terrible, situation to be in. Just we talked about it last night, but to just have no idea of what to expect or what the car is going to be. I mean, last time I drove it, it was sideways into one, but the boys did a good job, and I think the setup changes that were made will be positive for the Hogan car today. Lap 2 was obviously significantly better. I wish we had put 2 of those up. It would have moved us up, 4 or 5 positions, but the reality is we're flying totally blind. It's never fun, particularly qualifying on an oval.
Thanks, Graham. Marcus Ericsson has climbed over the wall. So what did you hear or feel that makes you think maybe you guys have an engine problem of some sort?
The car was just not pulling and misfiring. So the 8th crew and the Ganassi team has done a tremendous job rebuilding a brand new car. But I don't know obviously what the reason was. But yeah, the engine was just not pulling. So we need to investigate and see what was wrong with that. Because the car felt really good to drive, but it was just clear that it wasn't pulling on the straight.
We know how good you were here last year. How confident were you coming into this weekend that you guys are going to have the same pace and maybe one spot better today?
Yeah, it was a good session for us. I think we got the setup pretty almost spot on. Turn 2, probably a little bit too much understeer, but managed to move on the tools, and it was pretty good. There's definitely some more time, but from the short running we had on the one session yesterday, I was very happy with that, and I think we'll definitely have a good spot going in for the race tomorrow.
All right, today. It's today, later this afternoon. How good was those laps?
I wasn't super happy with how the balance came out on the first lap, so it needed some adjustments. I thought the second lap was pretty good. Track condition is getting better and better, so it's tough when you roll out so early. But I think if we can get like a top 8, I'm pretty happy. But I think there's going to be some really quick cars coming up here soon.
Thanks, Felix. So are you happy with what you've got here?
Yeah, I think we did well for the conditions. I think you kind of probably expect guys to go a little bit better here. Just because the rain overnight and the sprint cars are out earlier today, and I'm sure their rubber wasn't great for us, their Hoosier rubber. So, it's I was happy with how we did at the moment. If it's going to stand, who knows? But yeah, car felt good. It still should be able to get in the top 6, 7, 8 somewhere there, hopefully. But hopefully it stands. I don't know. We'll see.
Thanks.
Scott just did a better job. I mean, I had a phenomenal car. Really, I'm really proud of the team. Luke, the whole group, they did a great job. This car was right where it needed to be. So that's what we had.
So for the race today, you've run well here in the past, but Scott's going to be coming from mid-pack. What will be the importance for the early part of the race for you to just get out and kind of control the pace?
It's hard to predict. These things can turn so quickly. 1 minute you're feeling like you're in a good spot, and the next minute all of a sudden the race is taking a different shape. So I think we're just going to be prepared to react. It's obviously a great starting position. We'll like to control the race from there. But I think just being able to react, with anything that's unforeseen is really important on a day like today. So excited for it. I think Team Chevy's done a phenomenal job. Hopefully we can get the PVG car in victory lane.
We could see the anxious moments here waiting for this, but what is the significance of this? Not only because it's a pole, but you also beat the 2 car.
Yeah, that's a nice feeling. Look, you want to beat your team. I'm so competitive, man, and we all are, and we just want to beat our teammates all the time. So I'm pumped. First oval pole. We're going to engine spot penalty, but we're going to come through and have a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah. So at a track that has been deemed hard to pass on, you do start 10th. So what will be the challenge of that with a car that obviously has a lot of speed, but maybe is more difficult to move through?
No, we'll be okay. I got a great strategy team on the 33s with Benny and Kyle, and yeah, really excited for this Odyssey battery Chevy to come through. I think it's going to be a lot of exciting passes. I'm going to have to really nail the start and just probably put her on the cush and have a bit of fun.
All right, the confidence is oozing out of Scott McLaughlin. He qualifies on the pole, but we'll start 10th with that engine.
Here is how they qualified, not the starting lineup.
Yeah, big props to Colton Herta there. Excellent qualifying run. Huge courage through 3 and 4 to hold it open. The best of the Honda runners in that number 26 car.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a Penske-dominated track, so that's almost first in class. You go back here, little Dave Malukas, top 10. That's a solid effort from a driver that found himself up on the podium there. Alex Rossi going to be disappointed not to be quite as far up, as close to his teammates.
How about Connor Daly?
Let's say great effort from row 8 all around.
Two young drivers looking for their next opportunity in IndyCar, getting it done against their more experienced teammates. Going down through the list, Graham Rahal had to figure it out on the fly.
I count, by the way, 4 in the top 8 that are going to move back.